What's up guys, I wanted to do a video today on National Honeybee Day. I thought I would go over some facts from honeybees and other bees around the world, maybe some things about honey maybe that you may never heard of before. So I want to start off by talking about electricity. So we know there's electrical impulses, electricity that's given off by things all around you. So plants, flowers give off electricity. In fact, bees can sense that. In fact, they can sense it just like I think of it like a neon sign. They can give it off. They go, "Wow, this is where something's good to eat." So they can sense that. You can see my bees right here. They're chugging some sugar water down there. Also, so bees with that they can be kind of recognize human faces. So you can see these bees are buzzing all around me. They're probably used to my face. They're like, all right, what's he gonna do in the hive right now? Recently did a split, so they're probably thinking about that. They do that based on the arrangement of facial features, similar to how they would recognize a flower. As far as with flying, they can go 15, 20 miles an hour is about it. We know that female bees are the workers. Male bees can't sting, so all these driving around, these are my drones flying around, not my drones, my males are my drones. So a queen bee can typically could lay up to 2,000 eggs a day. So think about that. That would be put on the high scale. If one bee lands, I'll show you. Bees have 5 eyes. You'll see 2 on each side, 3 in the center. Unlike us, with our 2 eyes. Average beehive has about 50,000 bees. So here there's definitely at least 50,000 in there. So your typical bees communicate through chemicals called pheromones, and they lay those pheromones on as like their trail of breadcrumbs. But they also do a really neat dance when they get excited when they find like a new source for where they can find flowers. Bees pollinate approximately 130 agricultural crops around the U.S. and of course around the world that we're familiar with. And the Western honeybees that these are, most of these are probably Italian honeybees. They're not native to the U.S. Of course, they're native to Europe. One of the things that you always hear about is how bears love to eat honey. They go and they attack the hives to eat honey. They will eat some honey, but primarily what they're doing when they rip apart a beehive is they're trying to eat the little baby bees inside. They want to get that protein. So they get like a little protein snack that they can get in there. It's that big protein larval source in there. Bees will beat their wings 11,400 beats per minute. So when you hear that buzzing sound, that's just their wings moving really, really fast. Of course, you think about their 2 sets of wings on like a fly for bees. We know only females are making honey. Sorry, males, you're not being very productive in there. They're the only insect that makes food that humans consume. Only bees and honeybees can identify their hives. So from others, they can do it based on color and smells, based on those. Think about those pheromone chemicals. Nectar is the primary, think of it like the source of carbohydrates for bees, versus pollen is like your protein source. Adult bees collect pollen to feed their larvae. Adults also eat pollen for their own health and reproduction. Honey has natural preservatives to prevent bacteria from growing it. That's why you can have honey around for years. Bees have 2 stomachs. One is so that they can store nectar, and the other one's for eating. Bees don't know how to pollinate. I'll show you. I've got some tomatoes and some other nightshade varieties over there. I have eggplants growing. They don't pollinate them. A bumblebee can do that. But the reason for that is because people say they don't know how to, but it's really because the flowers don't produce nectars in these plants. So bumblebees pollinate by buzz pollination, so it's a little bit different. They do like these flybys. Approximately 90% of the wild plants and 75% of the leading global crops depend on animal pollination, of which bees are the majority. Of course, there's also bats and other things. 1 out of 3 mouthfuls of food that you're eating every day depends on pollinators such as bees. Crops depend on pollination that are 5 times more valuable than those that are not. All species of bees that make honey that use it, of course, but many of them we don't collect. Some of them are just underground. Some of them just have a really small group, a couple bees. Lifespan. These all these bees you see flying around, 30 days, 45 days really max is about it, except for the queen. Now the queen will live 2, even 3 years, and have been known to even live as long as 5 years. The reason for this, royal jelly. So unlike your other bees that we're talking about, you know, they're eating that little bit of pollen. Royal jelly is it's a milky secretion made by the worker honeybees, which is rich in carbs, proteins, amino acids, fatty acids, vitamins, minerals. Royal jelly gets its name because it's used as food for the royalty, for the queen bee, and so she just is fed that all the time while, you know, she's laying eggs, potentially up to 2,000 a day. Just like that royal jelly, just like honey, royal jelly improves asthma rates. Studies have shown that cholesterol, lipoprotein lowering effects in royal jelly, so it's good for your lowering that, as well as your triglyceride lowering, HDL increasing, a benefit to cardiovascular health. It improves blood sugar levels or glucose levels, as well as like things related to diabetes. So it's excellent for you if you do eat royal jelly. Queens live longer because of that diet of royal jelly. It enhances growth of the queen-specific gut microbes, sets the queen on a trajectory towards a much longer life, and kind of shifting her gut microbiome away from that common one that of the worker bees. Workers, on the other hand, mostly, just like I said, eat that pollen. There's also one study on royal jelly as a longevity, and has been the effects on animal studies. They found that consuming royal jelly expands not just the lifespan of honeybees, fruit flies, crickets, mice, and even humans. So maybe it can make you live longer. I don't know, but that's what they said. Please like and subscribe. If you have any other comments about any other videos you'd like to see, let me know. And once again, I really appreciate you watching. I'll give you one last view. Kind of see the bees having a very, very active today. And they're just saying, hey, leave us alone. We want to have some time today to consume and collect. So I'm also open for any other wildlife questions you may have. They come up, please. You know, whatever you're thinking of. Thanks again.